let's start at the beginning. You've got three handsome boys here. I suspect that Edgar's why we're here, but you tell the tale. What's the Dora story?
Yes, I have my oldest, which is Edgar. He's 13 years old right now.
Okay.
And as you can see, he's the one we're here for. He is has cerebral palsy. That's his diagnosis. He was diagnosed in California when he was 3 months old.
3 months old.
3 months old.
Was he a premature baby?
He was born at 36 weeks.
Okay.
When he was born, he constantly cried. We took several trips to the hospital prior to the 3 months when he started having seizures, which induced him to a coma.
Oh my goodness.
For 5 days. After the 5th day, doctors recommended that we disconnect him because they didn't think he would make it through. And if he did, he was going to be in a vegetable state.
Wow, how tough is that to hear?
It was a tough time.
That's your first one, so
yes,
like,
it was our first one. Both me and my husband were devastated, and we kept telling them no. They kept pushing and pushing, and we're like, no, we're not doing it. At the 7th day mark, he came out of the coma. All of the doctors were surprised at the way he reacted. He was moving and crying, and we had hope. It was a miracle.
Well, you'd probably say, look, I got some stuff to do here. We're not quite done yet. We're just getting started.
Yes, we knew it was going to be a challenge, a long road, but you know what? God was with us, and we just decided to keep going. And see,
13 years later, here we are.
13 years later, here he is, and
well,
happy as can be.
I'll tell you, that's when the doctors come to you and say, we've lost hope. It's got to be really tough to maintain hope yourself. But is that the faith that you have? Is that how you were able to do that?
we had our faith, and we're like, you know, if God wants to give us our son back, and it doesn't matter what stage he's in, we're going to continue, and we're going to go through it. Being that it was our first one,
Sure.
And it was tough because we were by ourselves pretty much in California. His family lives over there, but all of my family resides here. So it was a really tough stage, but we just kept going. And
how long have you been in Yakima?
We moved back in Yakima when he was 3 years old. We decided to come back and have all the family support. Plus, I knew Children's Village was an awesome place, and I had been in contact with Kathy Buchanan. She was a coordinator there, and we had talked a lot about therapies and things they could offer Edgar, and pretty much that's our reason why we moved back, to get him everything he needed here.
Well, it's a very special place, as you are well aware. And so Edgar comes back to Yakima, and what kinds of therapies does he receive?
We first started here with Laura at Children's Village back when he was 3 years old, and we did physical therapy and occupational therapy. We've had feeding therapy there, and we've done the Pegasus Project, which he loved doing, the horse riding. He loved it. And we had swimming therapy, and he's just gone through so much. And we've always had Carla by our side since he was almost 4. She started with us, and up to today, she's still one of the therapists we see for all his needs. He's just...
That kind of consistency, I mean, that's almost like adding another person to the family. I mean, they know you, they know your history, you know what Edgar's interested in and what he might need on any given day, that sort of thing.
Yes, they make you feel comfortable. They make you feel like if it was your second home, the way they treat Edgar every time we go in there, greeting him. Yes, it's awesome.
So then along comes the other boys, and now Edgar's got some brothers to play with and fight with and do all the things that brothers do, huh?
Yes, he does. And it was a challenge at first. You know, when Anthony was born, Edgar was always afraid of like loud noises. So we are like, our challenge was, how is he gonna react? Is he gonna be okay with, you know, crying? And it was scary, to be honest. It was really scary thinking of having another kid. But once we had him, we saw the big impact it had on Edgar. Like, he got used to the loud noises. He overcame everything.
It's kind of therapy having a brother, right?
Yes, it was. And Anthony really adapted to him since they were little. We showed them that Edgar had special needs and that he ate through a G tube, and just everything. And they've always been aware of what their brother needs. They help, with their feedings, bringing me the materials. Or if Edgar's having a hard time, they will go up to him and talk to him. And yeah, it can become crazy times at home. But
I am sure, especially with the young boys. And then you got Gabriel's how much younger than Anthony?
Gabriel is right now. He just turned 5.
Just turned 5.
Yeah, he turned 5. So they're a couple years apart and 5 years apart.
Right. Another round of therapy coming into the family, right?
Yes.
So part of me wants to really drag Anthony into this because he's got an interesting face. There's a lot going on behind those eyes. I like him already. So having sons that can help has got to help you some. Having the village has got to help. What's the long-term prognosis for Edgar? Is Edgar going to, is a chair always going to be part of his future, do we think? I mean, he's already beat the odds once when he told the doctors, hey, I'm still here, back off, right? So what do we see down the road?
Well, they're looking at down the road, of course, that with therapies and everything, he might be a little bit have movement, but most likely it's going to be a chair.
Mm-hmm.
We do have, his gator walker that he takes little steps, but he does have, like really weak legs, so he's had several surgeries and stuff like that in his hips. So right now we're just praying that, one day he gets out of that chair and starts walking.
As it sits now, there is therapy again an ongoing thing? I mean, are you guys capable of administering what you guys need to do at home, or will that always be a part of his development, just even to maintain,
We do a lot of the therapy at home, but yes, it's an ongoing thing, once they notice that he needs a little bit more, they'll refer us again to different therapists. At school, he gets some therapy. So it's just a long process that we know we're always going to have to be there, constant appointments.
At 13, what grade is he in?
He is actually going into the 8th grade.
Wow.
Going into 8th grade.
Edgar, that's impressive. There's people in this building that didn't get to the 8th grade, so they're on the air doing radio. So good on you, buddy. What school? Where do you go?
SELA School.
SELA School?
SELA Middle School, yes.
All right,
The
excellent.
best. Never in our life we thought we were going to have something like this happen to us.
Well, I would say that a common denominator, I don't know that it's for all people, but so far the folks we talk to that have the biggest challenges seem to have the strongest faith, and that really helps push them along. And then they have this overwhelming love for the village and the people there and the atmosphere there, and everything works to make their lives work better. What are your hopes and dreams for Edgar down the road? What do you?
My biggest hopes is try to get him to eat by mouth instead of using a G tube.
Yeah.
And getting him to at least stand or take a couple steps. It's a big challenge.
Sure.
Right now our biggest step is we started using the eye gaze. It's a device that it's controlled by your eyes. So
You're on the cutting edge of technology here, aren't you?
yes, and again, Children's Village, our therapist Whitney Speech gave him his voice. I mean, it's been awesome seeing him control that device, and awesome. And sometimes it's so funny that he's so intentional at telling you things he needs or wants.
Well, when you don't have that initial way to communicate, you really do feel alone and locked away from the world with stuff you have to say or need or want or even to share. And if you don't have a vehicle to do that, so working with the speech therapist is Whitney's the.
Whitney is the speech therapist there, yeah.
I imagine she has a special place in your heart because, like you
yes,
said,
she does.
there's the chance to communicate.
Yeah, and Edgar loves her. I mean, just whenever we go to Children's Village, just as soon as we go down the elevator and we hit the bottom floor, he knows we're going to see her, and he just screams, and she knows Edgar's coming because he screams so loud. And it's been awesome. Like, it's a technology device that doesn't only allow him to communicate, but it has a couple games in there.
Oh, nice.
So as a teenager, any teenager wants to do games.
Sure.
So games for him to play with his eyes, it's amazing, and he loves it. He loves it, and he has his page that he'll tell you all about him, his age, his diagnosis, what school he goes to, his brother's names, and he's very intentional at letting you know who he is.
Well, that's amazing. Well,
It is.
good for people like Whitney, places like the Village, technology, all of that takes money.
Honestly, without Children's Village, I don't know what we would have done with his equipment, things that we're not able to get. You know, everything's so costly. So please, please help out and donate and help kids. You know, give them their life back. Like Edgar's, I can't say how much I'm thankful for Children's Village.